Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Ike and you're watching stonecoldcoffeecrafts. My little assistant Lola is with me as well, but she is a bit off tonight. Yeah, Flosstube, I'm late and I'm sorry for that. I had a bit of a nasty surprise on Thursday afternoon when the boyfriend came home sick from work, so I did not have time to film before now, which is Friday night, 11:15 in the evening. It's boiling hot in this room, so I already apologize for anything I botch up. I also apologize for the way I'm talking right now. My boyfriend is asleep, finally, and I'm trying not to wake him up. And Lola, this is very indecent. I'm sorry about this. So yeah, Flosstube, a day late, I'm sorry for that. I'm trying to make this quick too, so yeah, my deepest apologies. I have no finishes for you this week, but I have a new start, and it's also part of my haul. In my last Flosstube, I think I already had purchased the Midnight Way Stitch Along by the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery, which is their 2020 Halloween Stitch Along, and I was waiting for my fabric because this time I did not purchase the whole kit. I decided to just purchase the fabric from the Homemakery in the UK, purchase the pattern from the Frosted Pumpkin directly, and then just kit up here locally, more or less, instead of getting the kit. So I started it because the first pattern dropped 4 days ago, and it's for me it's a pitiful start, so my apologies. But say hello to little Hilda. This is my start on the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery Midnight Way, I think it is. Yeah, it's Hilda's broom shop. The fabric is blowing out horribly, so what you saw in the few first seconds is actually the correct color. Whimsy is a fabric by Picture This Plus that is a very pretty lilac purple. My camera hates it, so it shows it for a few seconds and then it blows out horribly. But basically, as always, I'm going to put a picture here on the left showing you what this is supposed to look like once it's done. And yeah, just a tiny start, but it's still boiling hot, and stitching not my favorite thing right now. But that's my new start, and the plan is to go on with this until it's done. Hopefully I can get a few more hours of stitching in this weekend, though I did not have a good start. I didn't stitch today at all. Let's talk about whips and plans that are going to change. At the beginning of the month, I told you that I had picked Night Walk Down by the Blue Flower as my focus piece for the month of August. I am stitching this on a 40 count piece of linen by xJuDesigns in the color, I believe, brown sand it was. And I learned very quickly that stitching on a 40 count when it's 30 plus degrees Celsius, which is like something 90 Fahrenheit, I think, nope, not going to happen. So all the progress I got is this little corner down here. That's all I did. And since then I have not touched it. So not great, but all that's going to happen this month. I have decided that I'm going to move this to a later time in the year and pick that up again when it's a little bit cooler and I can concentrate more and I'm not dying of a heat stroke while crafting. In case you are not watching my daily crafty chats and you are one of my many viewers from the US, in Germany and I think most parts of Europe, actually, not just Germany, homes are usually not air conditioned, so we just suffer through the summer heat. And Germany in particular has had a couple of very hot weeks. We might even already be in the third week of high 20s to mid 30s temperature, and that's, like I said, somewhere in the 80s 90s Fahrenheit, so that's quite a bit, especially if you can't get the heat out of your apartment or house, which is our current reality. Nevertheless, there were a couple of stitch alongs and I managed to stay on top of them. One of them being the Barbara Anna Santa strip, the 4th clue or the 4th pattern dropped, which is this little bunny down here with Mr. and Mrs. Santa riding on. I mentioned in one of my craft chats before that I really hope that there will be more patterns of Santa riding on some kind of critter, because I really enjoy this. Also, since the little bunny was charted with a red nose like Rudolph up there, I decided to give him the same nose I gave Rudolph. So as always, I have switched out a few stitches for beads. I once again switched out all the single stitch snowflakes for white beads, and I switched out the nose for that red bead. The white is a Toho bead, but for the red bead I can't tell you where it's from. My mother purchased it for me many years ago from our local craft store in the town I grew up in, so I have no idea what brand this is, if that is a brand at all, and what it's called. It's a red metallic. And I'm still absolutely 100% in love with this mystery stitch along. It is fantastic. I love every minute of it. And yeah, my hope, because in the little sneak peek photos you can see on Creative Poppy's website, you can see that the middle block is going to be with Santa and Mrs. Santa, and I really hope there will be a Christmas tree, because I think that would be the perfect centerpiece for this, but let's stay tuned. And I've mentioned this, I think, every time I show this, but if you are not up to the challenge of stitching this in this sampler form, these little blocks make perfect ornaments. They are all 40 by 40 in size, so they are absolutely adorable and would make absolutely gorgeous ornaments. Think about it. Though I have to say, stitching this border has been the most fun in weeks. I don't recommend not stitching that border. And then of course we had the Chinese zodiac. Can I show the whole thing? I have the camera lower than I usually do because I can't speak as loudly as I usually do. I can show more or less the whole thing, not all of it. So the 5th part of this dropped on the 14th, and we had the little horse, the sheep, and the monkey this month. I switched out. I will put in the picture. I had it in the daily crafty chat, so I pop it in here again. The horse was initially charted a little differently. The body is a 3/8-31, I believe. This dark pink color, and they chose to chart the mane and the tail with 498, which is this dark red you can see, for example, in the fan area. And I did not like the contrast between those two colors. It was just too similar. They had done something similar here where the bunny is. This is two very close yellows where you can see there's a difference, but it's not in your face different. For the bunny, for me it worked because it's just spots on his fur. But for the horse, I did not like it because it's his mane and it's his tail. It should be different from his body. So I picked that out again and restitched it in that bright purple from the fan here in the corner. Because I also have a suspicion that we don't see more or much more of this color when I look at the blurred out parts of the pattern. I don't see a whole lot of purple there. So I thought that was a bit sad. I love this purple. And I personally like the little horse much better this way. So next month we are going to get the next corner element, and then I will make more adjustments because of more beads and stuff like that. Looking forward to that. And what's super annoying in this heat is that my glasses keep sliding off. I hate it. So since I decided to no longer stitch on the blue flower, I had to pick a different focus piece, and I left it in the living room, so I'm going to pop in a picture instead. I'm going to start and maybe... Nah, I'm not going to finish it. I'm too slow on the Halloween stitch along. But I'm going to start and hopefully work on a crate chunk of the 12 Days of Christmas by Little House Needleworks. The piece I want to stitch for my mother-in-law because she loved this Christmas poem slash song. And yeah, I thought, why not? I did well with the Santa's trip and the baby it's cold outside and stuff like that in the middle of the summer. Maybe I'm just more partial to stitching Christmas when it's boiling hot. So that's the plan for the rest of the month, basically. And then it's time for more Barbarana, so we're going full circle. Okay, yes, I know I'm speeding a bit today, but I want to keep this as short as possible. Like I said, don't want to keep him up, to wake him up. So next would be haul, and I have a couple of Lovey More Studio Co. sleeves I just got. First one is this absolutely adorable sushi print. I love everything Japanese, so I knew I had to get that, and when they got it back in stock, it was instantly mine. I'm very impressed with the details of this fabric. I absolutely love it. I have to say, I'm not that much of a fan of their new logo. I preferred the old one. And if you don't know what that looks like, that's what the old one looks like. I don't know. This looks cheap. I'm sorry. I really don't want to say that, but this just looks cheap. It looks like you could peel it off. Probably can. I like this much more, so I'm not sure. But that's what we got. So that's what the outside looks like. Giving you the full look here. And that's the back side. Looks pretty much the same. And then on the inside we have little sushi. This is so stinking cute. And this is the big size. A bit hard to show because I can't get it all in the frame. But this is the big one. And this, for comparison, is the small one. So that's the first one I got. And actually the reason why I ordered was not just this one, but it was also this one. It's a watermelon. And it's called I Carried a Watermelon. And I'm sorry, I'm an 80s baby. That's all I'm going to say about that. It was on TV last week and I watched it again, probably for the 30th time in my life. And the inside is, of course, because this is a watermelon, red with the black pips. I absolutely adore it, but like I said, I'm not a fan of this label. Nope. It just looks horribly cheap. All right, ready for the linen parade? Yes, we have a linen parade. So, I got my last outstanding order from Crafty Kitten, which is the May 2020 limited edition, as I prefer as a cashel, so that means a 28 count, and I like the opalescent linen very much. It is a mixture of bluish purple tones and green. I thought that was pretty. I have no plans for that, but it shouldn't be too hard to stitch a mirabilia on that. And then I got a piece of pink clouds, also as a cashel, opalescent. And for this one I have a plan. I got it to stitch the red geisha from Autumn Lane Stitchery on that. Going to put a picture here. I purchased this pattern about 2 months ago, I think, might have been longer ago. And that's the fabric I picked out because I did not like the pink fabric they chose. I thought it would look better on blue, and I picked pink clouds because it had these little splotches of pink in there that makes it look like an evening sky, mostly, I think. I thought that would be a compromise between the pink fabric and the one I envisioned. And I have to say, I am quite happy with that. I think it's going to be very pretty. Then we got our Fortnight Fabrics for July. This is the neutral, which is, as always, named after a mushroom. This month was Fairy Ring. This is a 32 count linen. And it's a very light color. But still, it is so light, and it has this fabulous modeling you see with all their fabric. I'm very, very much in love with Derek's and Christian's fabric. And check out their shop. They have a new collection that they just released, and it's, once again, absolutely divine. I have to get it at some point. Still haven't gotten the first, and I need it. And the colorful option, which is always named after flowers, is Larkspur, I think, if I read that correctly. And it's this amazing purple blue. It is so gorgeous. So this is going to be one of my precious I'm going to hoard. I have a feeling, a bad feeling about that. But it's just so amazingly pretty. Yep, so that's Fortnight. And then when I ordered from the Homemakery, I decided to just go for fabrics, and I thought, why just order one fabric? Let's get 2 more pieces, and this is Picture This Plus Arctic, again in a 28 count opalescent. This is a fat 1/8, and this is the fabric I'm going to need to stitch the companion piece for the Midnight Ride. I think it's called Christmas Town. I'm going to put the picture in here and the real name. I'm horrible with names, and I didn't take any notes because I just decided on a whim, let's try to film a Flosstube. So, yep, even less prepared than usual. Sue me. And then I also got this piece of Heartland. Huh, interessant. I thought it was oaken. No, it's Heartland. That's the called for fabric for the Animal Almanac, which is their year-long stitch-along they have this year. And I think that's a 1/6. It's 12 by 27 inches. I had a different fabric picked out, I believe. I can't remember any longer which it was, but I'm pretty sure it's a Lugana, so that's not going to happen. And they had that in stock, and I thought, why not? I have not started it yet, so why not get the fabric for the year-long stitch-along in August? I have long since scrapped the plan to actually do this as a stitch-along. I'm going to do it at some point in just one big piece. Whenever. But at least I have the fabric now, and it's in the correct size, and I don't have to order a big 1/4 of a fabric and can't really make the best use out of that. So, and last but not least, oh, the cat is really in the way there. I also did order again from xJuDesigns. I'm going to show you my little gift first, because she gave me silk this time, and it feels so soft. So soft. I love this silk quality. She did not put the color on it, so I can't tell you which of her colors that is, but that was just a little gift. The reason I ordered it is because as I always do, I started to doubt my choice of fabrics for the Friendship sampler stitch along that I'm going to do with Rachel Ray. We are going to stitch the Friendship sampler that the Blue Flower and Michelle Bendy designed together. We are each going to stitch half of it for ourselves and half of it for the other. And I had picked out a piece of fabric by Barbarol Creations, and I was not so sure I liked that color. It sounded better than it looked in the end. And then I saw that Jukas from xJuDesigns had put a couple of pieces of fabric in a 36 opalescent in her shop, and I thought, why not? If you're not going to use it for the Friendship sampler, you're going to find something to use it for. So the first piece is a piece of Little Bunny. That's one of her standard colors. She always, or nearly always, has this in her shop in some kind of form. This is, like I said, a 36 count opalescent linen. This is a very light tan color, and it's very, very pretty. But the true reason why I purchased is this gray. This is absolutely gorgeous, and I think this is going to be my fabric for my friendship sampler. It's called Steel Shadows, and it's so beautiful. It is so beautiful. I think this is 415. DMC 415 is the closest. It's a coolish bluish gray. It is so, so, so pretty. So I have to get the threads for this stitch along, and I have to make a floss toss and see which fabric I like best. But right now my money is on this one. It is absolutely gorgeous. And even if Jukus does not have it in stock right now, just ask her to dye it for you. She dyes custom orders, and she is super fast with that. So the color is Steel Shadows. Just tell her which type of fabric you want and which count, and she's going to do that for you in any size you request. It can be an odd size too. She will cut it like you want to have it, and yeah, give you a quote. And I have been very happy with everything she has dyed for me so far. And that is it, actually. I have not purchased any paper patterns in the last 2 weeks. I did purchase the Christmas tone pattern I have shown you, so that's my PDF purchase of the last 2 weeks. And I think that is it. I wasn't too bad, she said. Anyway, guys, I'm sorry for this ASMR type of Flosstube, but yeah. Things have to happen like they have to happen, right? I hope you have a wonderful weekend, a wonderful week next week, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye, guys.